Come to the stage with Ewan on.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I was watching a documentary this morning about General Custer, right? And then a famous Last Stand, the Battle of Little Bighorn. Yeah, Little Bighorn, right? That's got to be euphemism for penis, no? Right? You got the bighorn, and you're a little bighorn. Yeah, you know doctors are full of shit, right? You know, like back in the 20s, like people didn't really trust eating hamburgers. And so when White Castle came out, they hired a bunch of doctors to like sit in their restaurants eating hamburgers and shit. And people were like, oh wow, hamburgers are good for you, right? They're not fucking good for you. And then like a couple decades later, in the 40s and 50s, doctors were like selling cigarettes and shit. Newspapers, fucking everything. Even you can see old TV commercials on YouTube. Doctors going, oh, I'm a doctor, I smoke Camels. Bunch of bullshit, right? And now the newest medical fucking bullshit trend is the whole fucking finger up your butt fucking search thing, right? I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit, like... You know, I've heard 100 stories about that, right? People getting their finger up the butt by the doctors. Every story ends the same way. They didn't find anything, right? You know, if it's so fucking important, why don't you tell me how to fucking search it for myself? And then I'll stick my finger up my own ass, huh? How about that? But oh no, we can't have that, can we? You gotta fucking, what, you need a medical degree to find a bubble in your butt? Tell you, my colon's not the only thing full of shit. Yeah, there's, you know, in the NFL, there's one Asian player. And he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position to put this guy in? Like, was he gonna come out in a karate uniform? And did you guys see that Diddy raid? It's pretty crazy, right? They didn't even use cops or SWAT team to get the guy. It was like SEAL Team 6 up in there and shit. They had fucking drones and assault weapons and shit. It's like, what the fuck? This guy's a music producer. He's not John Wick. Yeah, OJ died a couple weeks back. It's pretty crazy, right? It was even crazier is the way he crashed the internet. Yeah, the second he died, basically half of America got online and was like, who the fuck is OJ Simpson? Yeah, last April 4th is a new holiday, kind of. Well, it's not a new national day. It's now National Burrito Day. That's pretty cool, right? I love burritos. And then the very next day, April 5th, is now National Toilet Clogging Day. Yeah, did you guys see that boat that crashed in that bridge over in Baltimore? It's pretty crazy, right? It crashed in the Francis Scott Key Bridge. That's kind of ironic, right? It's like, oh, say, can you see the giant fucking boat coming? I don't got a whole lot of time left, so let me just end with this. Let me tell you a story. The story when I left for the Army, right? All right, my mom, she came home from early that day, right? She'd never done this before. And so we went to lunch at Denny's and shit. I remember I had spaghetti and sausage. I was so fucking nervous I couldn't eat anything. And then we get back home and then, you know, I get my stuff all ready and we're waiting for a couple hours. And I'm starting to think, yeah, you know, what if my recruiter doesn't show up, right? I'm like, yeah. But then the second that clock hits, you know, when he said he was gonna be there, I hear these footsteps, right, outside. It's all slow and shit, right? I can tell it's him because it's like slower than a normal person. He walks up to the front of the door. And I can hear him knocks like, all slow, right? And I open the door and it's my recruiter. You know, at this time I'd seen him about 5 times, but I'd never seen him with all his medals and shit, right? I'm like, holy crap, this guy's a fucking war hero. Anyway, I get my stuff and I turn to my mom, right? You know, Asian people, we're not very affectionate, you know? And my mom, she's never really hugged me or anything, right? And so I'm looking at her and she's like, bye, son. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And so I turn and me and my recruiter, we walk out. We go downstairs, we get into his car, right? And we back up, and just as we're about to pull out, my mom comes flying down the fucking stairs, right? And tears are just pouring down her fucking face. She runs over the car, she fucking jumps onto the back of it and shit, right? And she's like, I love you, son, you know, don't die, come back, right? And I'm like, yeah, I love you, Mom, you know, I'll come back, you know, I promise, right? And I give her a big hug and shit, and we drive off, you know, and I look back, and she's standing on the side of the road, just bawling, you know, like that. It's crazy, man, you know? And then an hour later, I call her, you know, because I'm all worried and shit. And she's all partying with all her friends. All right, my name is Iwano, thank you, I'm out here.